When it comes to buying real estate in my market of Surrey and the Fraser Valley, first-time buyers and experienced home buyers think that they have it all figured out. But there are things about the property and the process that I guarantee you don't see coming. That is until you subscribe to this channel, because I put out at least 2 videos every single week, filling you in on not only the details of the real estate transaction itself, but also current market conditions and the never-ending government regulation. So please give this video a like. Feel free to book a call with me if you are ready to find out if you are ready to make a move. And now on to the video all about things that will blow your mind when looking for a home here in Surrey, BC. And I want you to know that to come up with this list of things you probably didn't know about purchasing your next home, I went ahead and polled my own previous clients and asked specifically first-time buyers what it is that happened in the transaction that they were not expecting. I mean, even after they sat down and had a meeting with my team and I. And the first answer I got was really kind of funny, but it is a reality of the market. And that is that many buyers don't expect how disgustingly filthy so many listings really are. Yep, you might think that everybody would know that, yes, you should put away your underwear before showing, maybe vacuum sometime in the previous 30 days before you hit the market, or that you should try wiping the counters with a clean cloth rather than the dishcloth that you've been using since before the last time you vacuumed. Or even, yes, how about putting the toilet seat down, or better yet, put it up while you're using the toilet and then down afterwards. And if you do make a little mess, how about trying to, I don't know, clean that up before your open house? Because buyers don't expect to see that mess. But I'd say homes that I show, well, they often smell and look as bad as a scene out of Animal House. And it can often be so bad that I have actually thrown away socks, washed my hands outside using the garden hose when I got home, and once I even stripped down to my birthday suit once I stepped 1 foot inside my own front door and hit the shower immediately. But when you're looking at homes, you can't avoid this because people live in all sorts of situations and, unfortunately, all sorts of filth. So when you're out looking at properties, make sure you wear slip-on shoes, wear socks, but not your best socks, and be ready to laugh it off after looking at a property that might have looked good in the pictures, but not so hot in person, because you will for sure see a number of nasty houses. The second thing that seemed to surprise my clients was all of the costs that went into purchasing a home. Now, generally speaking, there are not many costs to purchasing a home, but they can be big, like paying for a lawyer to convey the title, set aside about $1,500. Transfer taxes here in BC will average about close to 2% with some exceptions. Inspections are not bad, reasonable, between $500 and $600. And a deposit that you need on hand while writing offers is probably going to be around 5% of the overall purchase price. But the biggest cost that many people do not understand, and that is a reoccurring one after you purchase the home, well, you see, here in Surrey, many buyers, and specifically first-time buyers, are buying strata properties. And also here in Surrey, city utilities like sewer, water, and garbage collection are not, I repeat, not included in your property taxes. So if you own a detached home, you will get a bill probably 3 times a year for $200 or $300 each time. And that will help you pay for what we call your city utilities. But if you are in a strata unit, you will usually receive a one-time annual bill that has now reached upwards of $762 per year. But often in townhomes and sometimes condos, the strata itself will pay for this bill as a whole, meaning that often you will be attracted to a lower strata fee complex, only to find out that you might owe another $60 a month to the city if this utility bill is not included. So make sure you, or ideally your agent that you pick to help you in your transaction, discover if the unit that you are buying has the city utilities included or excluded in the strata fee, because it could be an extra and substantial expense. The next thing that shocked my clients was how long the offer process actually takes. Because your dad will tell you that when you go see a home, you should go home afterwards and think about it overnight. Maybe make a pros and cons list and Then make your offer according to all of these factors minus 20%. But in reality, if you really want to buy a property, the good properties still, even in this market, sell fast. Meaning that you might see a home that you're looking at 2 p.m. and be writing an offer by 3 or 4 o'clock that same day. Because in a market like today's market, waiting overnight can often cost you that property while other more serious buyers swoop in and take action. Yes, that can even happen in a slow market. But then once you go ahead and write the offer, sometimes your agent can present it in an hour. So you might know super quick if you got the place or not. But I have been involved in a single negotiation that lasts all night. Like we saw the house at 2 p.m., presented an offer at 6 p.m. that evening, and I haven't left that presentation until 11, 12, or sometimes even 1 a.m. Yeah, it happens. Sometimes negotiations can go on forever. And then maybe the property is owned by, I don't know, an elderly seller, or maybe somebody who lives out of town, or worse, even out of country, and they're not really easy to get a hold of by phone. Or sometimes the listing agent is a single agent and goes on vacation. Well, often those offers are not presented, sometimes for 24, 48 hours or more after the listing agent is notified the offer is being written. So you have to remember that your offer presentation time is on a case by case or listing by listing basis, and you must rely on your agent's guidance through this process.
So I guess you better pick a good agent.
Yeah, that's why it's super important to work with an agent who is available when you are. And that is actually the exact reason that I chose to work with a team rather than be a solo agent on my own. Up next, well, what is a chattel and what is a fixture? Meaning that what is included or excluded in the sale. Because there's a section in the contract for items that are to be included in the sale. And no, a fridge or a stove or other appliances are not guaranteed in any purchase. Rather, they must be written in to the agreement. At the same time, things that are attached to the property, like an over-the-range microwave or a wall mount for a flat screen TV, well, they must be excluded from the contract if the seller wants to take them, because they are referred to as fixtures. So when writing an offer or reviewing an offer, you better be super clear in the contract what stays and what goes. And as a general rule, if it is under its own weight and can be carried away, it is a chattel. And if it requires a tool to remove that item, it is likely a fixture and remains with the unit unless excluded in writing. So no, don't take your fancy thermostat or light switches. Next up is the surprise that people don't know the purpose of a home inspection, and they don't understand that it is not a tool to be used for renegotiation. An inspection is solely a report to inform you about the condition of the property in order to discover if you want to proceed with that property or walk away. Now, it is true that with an inspection, if a large item comes up, you may be able to renegotiate remedies into the contract. However, these remedies should be for large items that are potential deal breakers if not fixed. And when you are buying a resale property, remember that you are not getting a brand new home, and the seller has no requirement to fix any loose door handles or toilet seats. But possibly the most important thing that you don't know about your inspection is that if you do try to renegotiate the deal as a result of the inspection, you are legally giving the seller the right to walk away from the transaction if they choose. This is because you're doing what we call opening up the contract. And well, you might lose the house of your dreams as a result of trying to get the gas fireplace fixed. So be careful and understand exactly what's going on before you try and renegotiate small fixes that you find in an inspection. And the last thing that shocked mostly our first-time buyers, but some other clients as well, is that they did not realize that making a very large purchase or even changing jobs between condition removal and the closing of the deal, well, it might and probably will make your financing null and void. Meaning that if you purchased your home and then immediately ran out the next day and celebrated by buying a new car, that car may actually end up costing you the purchase of your new home and the loss of your deposit. So if you do buy a home, don't immediately run out and go buy a car or finance new appliances for that new home. And specifically, don't quit your job for a better paying one until after your completion date. Because the day after completion, well, you can take whatever risks you want. But the day before completion, the bank won't take a risk on you if your situation isn't exactly what you said it was on your financing application. And if you still want to learn even more about what you don't know about buying, please make sure you go back and check out this complete buyer's guide. Or you can book a call with me right now at a time that works best for you. Thanks so much for watching, subscribing, clicking the like button, and we'll see you in a couple of days.